like, help her through that and like make her smile, be the like dad voice that I won't say on the air because it's like so cringy,
No,
Hi, honey.
Yeah, we already know.
no.
I love you.
You don't do that voice.
Oh,
you
my gosh.
sound like Elmo.
Are you kidding me? Of course I do that
Do you
voice.
speak to her primarily in that voice?
How's my little sweetie?
Oh my gosh.
Does that-
Hi.
horrifying.
Is that good?
Is that different than the
Yeah.
dog voice?
Yeah, it's even higher than the dog voice. You know what I mean? It's like extra.
What's the dog voice?
Brucey. It's like Brucey, come here,
sounds
buddy.
like you're-
Not hi, honey.
why
It's
do
like
people
extra
do that?
accentuated.
How does she respond to it? She get a smile?
Of course.
Of course she smiles.
Then in that case, I can't blame you.
Yeah. And so again, now we move to Sunday.
She might be a little nervous with that lip. You need to probably put a little mask on so she's not all confused.
On Sunday, I really want to watch football. There's game Saturday, but Sunday. So I was like, I'm going to pull the grandparents card here. Who loves to come up and help, bring food and come hang out is my father and my stepmom. And so, I'm driving home yesterday, going to give my pops a call and check in on, old Daddy-O. Dad proceeds to tell me, yeah, I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Usually there's a we in there. There was no we. It was an I. I'm looking forward to Sunday. Oh, so my stepmom's not coming? No, she's leaving for Ohio.
Oh.
So my dad, who I love, the rankings, he's right there with obviously my fiance and my dog. I wouldn't be where I am without my dad. I love him to death.
Man,
But he's had a couple back surgeries. I love my dad. But he's got a cane. He's not very mobile. The baby's getting mobile. He's like trying to sell me. He's like, I've changed diapers. I'm good with taking direction. Those are direct quotes on the phone yesterday. I'm like, oh, hell.
Oh,
I'm now on Sunday watching my daughter and my dad.
Oh gosh. That backfired quickly.
So now I'm babysitting two people on Sunday.
Oh.
I got one in diapers and I got one in Depends.
Oh, wow. Dang, you put your daddy business out there like that.
He's not in a diaper, but I'm just saying,
You said it depends. I knew your daddy wasn't in a diaper.
No, he's not, but damn.
Wait a minute. You should wear diapers.
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
He's got tummy troubles. He doesn't wear underwear.
Yeah, but you don't understand, Strofe. I can actually use the bathroom still, and I don't want it sitting in my pants.
Nothing
I have a
worse.
question.
There's nothing worse.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead. Is it better than your thought you had 10 seconds ago?
Probably. When's the last time you had an accident?
Had an accident? I don't have accidents.
Oh, stop it.
Everybody has accidents.
We've all thought it was going to be
right.
a poot, and it turned into a little bit more than that.
So I don't think we're allowed to say the SH version of fart, but we can say dart.
Yeah, dart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I remember vividly in the pandemic when we were working from home. I'd put on a nice little sweater or something, a nice little quarter zip, but I'd have my Wisconsin Badger 2010 two big sweatpants on,
I know
and
that
I was
life.
sitting in a meeting with Greg Scalzo
Wait a minute. Oh,
on Teams. And I said, Greg, we're going to have to continue this conversation another time.
no way.
I think these sweatpants might need to go to the washing machine.
Ain't no way
No.
you sitting in the meeting and you tooted and you did that on yourself in a professional setting.
It wasn't. I was working from home. I felt
But-
comfortable. It felt like a spot where I could let it rip.
What is
Yeah.
wrong with your digestive system?
A lot.
I'm looking at both of you. I'm gonna loop you into this, Kyle.
Yeah,
Wallace,
Kyle
too.
took a 30-minute dump the other day.
Even the first time we ever met, Ben, you had an accident that was putting you on the side of the road. I don't know.
Oh,
You
my
guys-
gosh.
You guys need to go. Even Homer.
Do you even
Homer
know
is
that
sat
story,
here.
Strofe? Strofe doesn't
No.
know this story.
Oh my!
All right, let's
goodness.
rewind the clock.
Even Homer, who is old and he knows a thing or two
Who's
about going to the
old?
doctor. He's like, you need to get this checked out.
All right, so Strofe, 2 weeks or a week before Kyle Bruston Nortman launched.
So August of 2023.
Yes. Brad, Kyle, myself, we get together at a local establishment in Brookfield. You know, he lives in Oconomowoc, not too far for Kyle and I to meet him halfway. And I got really excited about the Sriracha Ranch, I believe.
A part of the cheese curd.
I had it with the curds, and I was like, you know what? It was so
great
good
cheese
with the
curds.
curds that I would like that with my wrap.
Sounds good.
So I started getting the bubble guts right as we were having some drinks. So I mixed drinks with cheese curds, Sriracha Ranch.
Oh, sounds delicious.
Wraps. It was delicious. But I got in my car, and it was a 20-minute drive. And I had to make a business decision. I said, I am either going to turn right, get on the highway, sweat, and be scared that I'm going to poop my pants in the car, or I can abort getting on the highway and turn left into an industrial park and find weeds.
No.
Drop my pants.
Don't do that.
And take a poop.
No. Don't do that.
You already know.
I aborted the highway, and I need to go back to the scene of the crime to see how high those weeds are because I left a present for Mother Nature.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
Utterly disturbing.
He's disgusting.
Hold on. This is the first time you guys hung out outside of work.
First time.
First time.
Show hadn't even launched yet.
Yeah, that's correct.
And Ben
Pulled over on the side of the road in Brookfield, an industrial work area, found some weeds, and I had my wipes in my backpack.
Have you no shame?
None.
I had my wipes in my backpack, so I was like, I'm good.
You're like an animal.
Go to a gas station.
Yeah,
I couldn't make it.
Yeah,
It was life or death.
Even I would have.
There are so many opportunities. I mean, a fast food restaurant. I mean, within a half a
Go
mile.
back to the
in
restaurant
any
you were just
direction.
at.
I was like a half mile away from the restaurant, and it was like now or never. It was grind 20 minutes, which I knew I wasn't going to make it. And so I made the business decision of literally speed to the parking lot, run into the weeds, and then came back for my wipes and was all clean.
I'm glad I asked this question. That's
that's
awful.
As Ben said, this was at the forefront before the show even launched. Kyle, if you remember, he had dental work done that day.
Yeah, I didn't eat anything, thank goodness.
His mouth was swollen. He hardly talked.
I couldn't talk. Brad probably thought I was a mute. Little did he know.
I was like, I'm talking with this guy for 3 hours. He hasn't said anything all night. Ben has this experience somewhere in Brookfield. I was thinking to myself, my God, what have I gotten myself into?
Were you already signed on the dotted line?
A little bit, yeah. I was like, man, this is going to be a wild new chapter of my life.
Yeah, look at you now.
Look at me now. We're all friends, right?
And I haven't. Does that qualify as having an accident, Strove? To answer your question earlier?
No, that's not an accident. That's just stupidity.
I mean, it's borderline.
I mean,
those are two examples of something that I'm not sure most people would experience their entire life.
Well, it runs in the family because speaking of my dad, who is coming on Sunday to help babysit with me so I can watch football and I'll be babysitting him, he famously went to come watch me play basketball at the University of Wisconsin. Nice hour-and-a-half drive from the suburbs of Chicago up to Madison. And he had to stop halfway home.
Oh, no.
And he lit up a tree.
Oh, wow.
And the tree has grown 2 sizes since.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Also, I guess it does run in the family.
This Brust family
Can't blame you. Oh, I hope none of that happens on Sunday.
Poor daughter Brust. I hope she gets her mom's DNA when it comes to this.
I do too, but Ben has said that she has taken a little bit after her papa.
Yeah, I mean, look, people are very confused as to how I'm getting married. She loves me.
Yeah, he got her, man. He got her. He trapped her.
What
What
did you do with the wipes that time?
Great question.
You know he threw it in the field.
Threw it in the field.
So some poor prisoner who's just trying to do their duty to get out of jail got to pick up somebody else's doo-doo.
This is in my hometown, too. That's disturbing. This is my hometown. Brookfield's beautiful.
By the way, it looked like an area. It looked like an area where like dogs.
You literally pooed on the house that Brad Nortman built.
That's right.
No, I was in like weeds. You couldn't see me.
Oh, so the house that Joe Thomas built. This morning, Wildy and Tausch.
Yes, right. Good show with Mark Tauscher and Joe Thomas on Wildy and Tausch 9 to noon across these various stations. A very misleading YouTube title today, previewing the Green Bay Packers offseason. So far, we've done none of that. 800-990-3776. You can see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Goody was a quote factory yesterday. Kyle Walls has not heard any of these. Our Packer backer has not heard a single piece of audio from Goody. Brad, Kyle, and Strofe, or Brad, myself, and Strofe have a good idea about a lot of them, but we have no idea how Mr. Emotional is going to react to them. Goody's audio from his press conference yesterday with our Packer backer Kyle Wallace's reaction with Ben's bad tummy and Brad's perfect life next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
I think it's clear.
Yeah, and if Doc replicates what Booty did last year, or all I'm saying
Come on, guys! His name is Coach Bud!
If he replicates
Coach Booty!
what Coach Bud
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be.
Kringle
I think his legs.
Yeah. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry. Are you guys being serious? You guys can't put two. I got it. I did not get it.
They don't call themselves Racine Danish turnover.
Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you too, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Landworks is the locally owned landscape company to elevate the look of your home or business. Landworks is different because of customer service. From the crew to the salesperson to the admin team, you're in good hands with Landworks. Their sales and design teams are made up of horticulturists, licensed landscape architects, and passionate plant people. Their landscape architects and horticulture team members are also project managers. This means you'll have a single point of contact from initial design through completion of work. See their amazing work for yourself at landworkswisconsin.com.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Homer here. I'm inviting you to join me starting August the 9th, as we explore the many shades of Ireland with Colette Vacations, a 10-day journey filled with legendary views, historic expeditions, and unforgettable tales. Explore the historic city of Dublin, kiss the famous Blarney Stone, and stand on the spectacular cliffs of Moher. We'll also journey Ireland's breathtaking countryside and follow the stunning coastal route of the Ring of Kerry. We'll experience the daily life of an Irish family with a dairy farm visit, and even enjoy a taste or two at a historic whiskey distillery. Plus, there's a stay overnight in a medieval castle. Join me for all of these experiences and many more. Visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for trip information. Colette handles all the details of the 10-day excursion, the flights, the meals, the hotels, the experience. Don't worry about it. Your only job is to have the time of your life. Don't miss it. Visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com or text HOMER to 800-990-3776. HOMER, 800-990-3776.
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. And it is playoff time, now or never. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. You can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Prize Picks, the best way to win real money this football season. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money. Download the app today. Use code WI. You get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, download the app today and use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Whether you are a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit our great city of Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Hey, maybe you got friends coming in from out of town. St. Kate the Arts Hotel is ideally located in the heart of the theater district in downtown Milwaukee. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, and nightly live music, you and your friends will enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Bruss, Kyle Walls, Brad Nortman hanging with you, KBN Nation, till 4 o'clock on ESPN Madison and ESPN Beaver Dam. We're here till 5 o'clock leading into the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN. Catch us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And as always, the Carbless Talk and Text line, Less is More, is open for you at 800-990-3776. Now, yesterday, as we mentioned, Goody had an opportunity to share some after season thoughts, because they are no longer in the postseason.
I think
that's a good catch.
It would have worked.
Postseason still works, I think.
It does.
Dash season.
Yeah.
Yes, I figured it'd be like, let's just not even go there.
It's the board mission.
After season thoughts.
Good
Thank
catch.
you. And so as we hear from Goody here, this is a question from Jason Wilde, as he mentioned with us towards the end of his presser. Just trying to get a run of thought here from Goody as to where he's at in the urgency of a championship and what needs to happen. Here is Goody's response.
You always have some disappointments in the year. I think for me, the thing that's been on my mind, I think as we've concluded this season, is we need to continue to ramp up our sense of urgency. These opportunities don't come. The life of a player in the National Football League is not very long. We got a bunch of good guys in that locker room. We got a bunch of talented guys in that locker room, and I think it's time that we start competing for championships, right? And I think they're ready. I think they're, like I said, I think they are wired right. I think that group is the kind of guys that can do that. But at the end of the day, you got to go do it. And we fell short in some areas this year that, like they always are every year, a little frustrating. But at the same time, I didn't think they blinked. And so I'm excited about the group, but. The sense of urgency, not getting complacent. Some of these guys have now proven themselves to be NFL football players and have attained that. But what's out there for us as a team that we're willing to commit to and sacrifice for, and so that's kind of the. If I'm looking at one thing, that'd be it.
Thank you, guys.
Right.
Goody, courtesy of Packers.com. Brad Nortman, as a former NFL player who's had tough conversations with GMs in the offseason as your career ended that way. I hate to bring that up. Sorry, on a Friday.
Wow. Thanks, Ben.
What do you take from that?
What a way to phrase that.
Well, it's of all the crazy things that Goody said yesterday, and we're going to get into some crazy ones, he's absolutely right. He is absolutely right with this. This Green Bay Packer team, yes, they're young. Yes, they are, again, the youngest team in the NFL and one of the youngest teams to ever make the playoffs. But boy, oh boy, they need to wake up because this window is closing and it's closing fast. It's not just staying open in perpetuity. It's not like, we have Jordan Love, we have our franchise quarterback, we have 15 years to win a championship. It doesn't work that way, guys. Goody's exactly right. The life of an NFL player is short. It's shorter than you think it is. I know that's how I felt. That's how everyone in that roster is going to feel. And when you look at it and when he describes his sense of urgency, that's exactly what you're going to need to have. Because if the Packers are lucky enough to have Jordan Love start for 15 years, right, like Rodgers and Favre, I've talked about this before, but his career will be characterized by chapters, right? Usually probably like 3 5-year chapters of, Jordan Love's early teams, the teams in the middle of his career, and his late career teams. Favre had the same thing. Rodgers had the same thing. This first iteration of the Green Bay Packers, led by LaFleur and Jordan Love, guys, their window's already halfway over. You're talking about a 4 to 5 year window where you have this same collective group of guys that strive together before they get old, before they get expensive, before they move on. And when you look at these draft classes, when did Goody start to cook in the draft classes? It was 2022. Well, those guys are entering their, 22, 23, 24?
Fourth year, and they will have to pick up the fifth-year options of Quay Walker and Devontae Wyatt, which Jason Wilde thinks that they will.
So decisions will already have to be made on these guys that we think are young. So when I look at Goody and he says we need a sense of urgency to win a championship, I totally agree with him. As long as the Packers have LaFleur and Love and Goody, for all of their blemishes, I'm optimistic. But to be a championship team, you need everything to come together and you need that sense of urgency, and it closes quicker than you think. So there's absolutely a sense of urgency. This iteration will not last as long as you think it will.
Wow, Brad. You really I like how aggressive you are with saying the window is halfway closed, but also at the same time, like, this is the second year of Jordan Love's bigger signed contract.
And I'll just add before I let you and Kyle go, the contract only gets more expensive. So the cap goes up, sure.
But they can also restructure and re-extend and remove things. And just like, I don't know. I heard you. I want to hear Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Goody is saying with a sense of urgency, but I think Goody needs to understand that message that he has, he needs to make sure that message also resonates with himself, because he can talk about this group of guys needing to have a sense of urgency, but he also said that, this group may be wired, but they're wired right, but they fell short. Well, Goody needs to evaluate why they fell short. Goody talked about them being complacent, right? Not being complacent. I hope Goody is not complacent. So all the words that he is saying and he is preaching to the players in the team, he needs to make sure he is preaching it to himself. Because if Goody does not have a sense of urgency with the offseason, because as Brad said, this window won't be open forever. If he is complacent and he says, you know what? Let's keep drafting and developing, and he does not bring in guys, impact guys like a Xavier McKinney, impact guys like a Josh Jacobs. Yeah, go and repeat. You found success, man. You found success. So don't get complacent. Keep building on what you found. Find guys that fit this roster that can allow for you to basically clean up the areas where you fell short. So it falls on Goody, to me, more than anything else, to make sure he is putting together a team that actually has a legitimate chance and shot to win a Super Bowl. Because let's be honest, after watching this football team this year, we all know the Green Bay Packers didn't have a shot, man. When you look at the football teams, like even the Rams who are playing, the Rams have veteran guys. They have guys who played in Super Bowls on that team. You look at the Detroit Lions, they went to an NFC Championship game last year, right? And you go on the other side, you got Lamar, you got Pat Mahomes, and you got Josh Allen, right? You have guys who have been there before, right? The Packers are just now ascending there. It is his job to ensure, as they are ascending, he is sending reinforcements to ensure that this team has no holes and they cannot fall short. So for me, yes, the guys need a sense of urgency, but at the end of the day, it starts with Brian Gutekunst.
I think this is the biggest offseason and the most important offseason for Brian Gutekunst, because Ed Policy is coming in. Complicated Fella chimed in. Ed Policy obviously is taking over for Mark Murphy as the president moving forward. If you're used to working with someone, and to all accounts, I feel as if that it seems like Mark Murphy and Brian Gutekunst seem to be on the same page. They seem to be in that suite together at Lambeau Field as no free ads, but there's always a Diet Coke right in front of Goody when they pan to him. This is the most important offseason Goody's going to have, because of how are they going to thread the needle of knowing that some of the guys that they drafted in 22, sure, they may get fifth-year options, like if he gives those, he's putting a stamp of approval on Quay Walker and Devontae Wyatt that you're going to need big impacts in year 4 and year 5. You have great guys that we've mentioned that are up-and-comers from this draft class, especially on the defensive side of the football. Evan Williams, excited about. Edgerrin Cooper, star in the making, and Javon Bullard with upside. So then you talk about what they did from a free agency standpoint. They brought in Josh Jacobs. They brought in Xavier McKinney. They signed Jordan Love to a deal in which, like, you want him to have a next step again after the growing pains of last year. But how do you marry the youth with the free agency, with Jordan Love, with the wide receiver conversation of not knowing if they have any? Like, how do they put this all together right now to do what he's saying and become a championship team? In order to do that, he's going to have to go outside of his comfort zone. He may have to bring in somebody older than he likes to have on the roster through free agency. He might need to make a trade utilizing an asset from the draft that he typically wants to keep himself to make that pick. So I am fascinated to see how Brian Gutekunst handles this offseason, because I think it will be a lasting impact in his imprint of, if this team takes a big next step next year, Ed Policy is going to be like, great job, Goody. You have my full confidence. If they take a step back in his first year, that opens up the door for his employer to say, whew, I just got here. I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm going to go get my guy as the president that I want to work hand in hand with. Not that Ed Policy hasn't been along the ride, and he's obviously been groomed for this opportunity. But when you're in charge, You want the people you most believe in the positions below you to help have your message and the message from GM down reach the ultimate goal. This is a massive offseason for Goody. I can't state that enough.
Well, and that's why it's interesting for the Green Bay Packers and why Goody said this specifically, right? Because when you look at the Packers' usual mode of operation, right, they're usually very forward thinking. Let's go young. Let's draft a quarterback before we even need one. Like almost nobody in the NFL does that. They did it with Rodgers. They did it with Love. They like to go young. They like to structure contracts in a way that they can get out. The Packers are always thinking ahead. It's like that person in your life that's always thinking about the future, right? There's that other person in your life that thinks only about the present. There's no thought about the future at all. And you have to find yourself a little bit in between that, right? For now, Brian Gutekunst, like you said, Kyle, and you said, Ben, there needs to be a little bit of like shrinking that timeline. We can't think always about 2027 and building for the far future. We need to take that and we need to marry that with winning today. It's not easy and very few teams can pull it off, but the Packers are structured to do that.
Yeah, and I believe in Goody. Like I truly do, and I hope Goody has that reflection point where he's able to adjust things like we saw last year. But Ben, you are absolutely right about this being the most important offseason. If he sits on his hands and he does nothing, every Packers fan should be frustrated because we know, will this team take a step in the right direction next year? We believe so, right? We believe that they went through some bumps. They had a great highs last season, and then this past season they had some lows, right? They went through controversy. They went through rough patches. But the great thing about that is we know there's going to be some growth. But what we all know, as the team is assembled right now, they still have missing pieces. So if the Packers do nothing but draft guys and plug them in, the Packers will be sitting in the exact same situation come next January where fans are upset and disappointed and talking about whose fault was it? Is Jordan Love this? The defense that? They're missing playmakers, and that all really will fall on the shoulders of Goody.
I think it's going to be fascinating to see what move he makes that is the one that we are able to say, this is the biggest move he made, and is it big enough for them to take the next step? Because something big has to happen. It could be through the draft. It could be trading up. It could be through free agency. It could be through a trade. What is that move that Goody is going to make to say, hey, that sense of urgency that I just mentioned in my press conference, I have to put my money where my mouth is as well and help provide Matt LaFleur the resources to have a championship caliber team. 800-990-3776. Whew. Do you think Goody can figure that all out? We'll continue to talk with you. Plus, Alex Strofe. He had a show today on Mr. Irrelevant on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison at 12:30. Go back and watch if you haven't. If you want more Strofe, he's coming up next.
And the crowd goes mild.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Ben's pretty good at impersonations.
Hey, he's
Quotes.
pretty good.
I will give him that.
Either crush him or suck at him.
He's pretty good at faking it.
Yeah, being a faker.
Yeah, that's
exactly what it is.
Whoa.
That's what acting is.
Why can't we come together?
Yeah,
you're
very creative in faking it. Good job.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Do you want to have more fun watching the NFL playoffs? Try playing Sleeper Picks. Just download the Sleeper app today and pick more or less on at least two players' projected stats. You can win up to 100 times your cash. For a limited time, Sleeper has a special offer. New users have to just play $5 and they'll receive $55 in free entries. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code BRAD, B-R-A-D. Must be 18 years or older. Promo code, location, and other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the Deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
Who's looking for a deal? Well, Cousin Subs has a better deal just for you. Cousin's new $10 meal deals are now available online only. Choose between a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub, a bag of chips or regular fry, a regular fountain beverage, and cookie at cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app for just $10. Now that's a better deal. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Available at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
Fingers come in different sizes,
It's one of the first things you learn as a jeweler,
and a ring can only be sized up or down a little bit.
which means it's a really good thing to know your ring size.
And it's an even better thing to know their ring size.
This is why we're announcing
The Ring Size Registry at Kessler's.
we're doing it as a public service. It's completely free.
Free. Isn't that a great price?
Here's how it works.
Just drop into any Kessler's Diamonds location and tell one of the owners that you'd like to know your ring size.
Kessler's is an employee-owned company, so whoever greets you at the door is an owner.
They'll determine your ring sizes and add them to our Ring Size Registry.
Then, when someone wants to know your ring size,
Because, maybe they want to surprise you.
all they have to do is call or stop into Kessler's.
Surprises can be fun, don't you think?
We're happy to do this for you, even if you don't buy a ring from us.
But after you take a look around, we think you probably will. Visit KesslersDiamonds.com for a location near you and register your ring sizes today.
Bring in the new year at your local Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis Auto Group dealerships. If it's the new year, it's time for a new ride. So plan on driving into 2025 in style at a Cunis Auto Group dealership near you. Your Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis dealerships feature America's best-selling brands from both Buick and GMC, all at nearby locations in Oak Creek and Greenfield. During January, every remaining new 2024 vehicle plus thousands of select pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs are all being discount priced to sell. We've got to make immediate room for hundreds of incoming new 2025, as well as hundreds of fresh trade-ins from the holiday season. We're paying top values on all trades, no matter what the mileage or condition. Don't forget to check out individual dealership websites for pre-owned vehicles super specials. Plus, January service specials on everything from oil changes, tires, and brakes. Ring in big New Year savings at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis Auto Group dealerships, or shop online at shopcunis.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got. Not much of a girlfriend. I never seen.
Hope you're enjoying your Friday as you're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. 800-990-3776. That's the Carbless Talk and Text line before we head to Alex Strofe and Becoming Relevant. Dan and McGuanago, you're up here on Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Hey, guys. Love you. Always listen to you.
We appreciate you.
I'm thinking about what you're saying. Yeah, about Brian Gutekunst. And he hit on his two big free agent signings. Alex Strofe was just telling me he's got about 50-some million next year in cap space. And I'm thinking, hey, take a swing. I mean, look at the foundational pieces you picked up last year. If we bring in a T. Higgins, a Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs said he might do some recruiting in the offseason for guys. We could put some more, foundational pieces in place that make the thing go. I mean, we're not too far away.
What if it meant slightly overpaying for guys? Would you be okay then?
I think so, because the way that Xavier McKinney and Josh Jacobs contracts were put together, we didn't overpay for them. Of course, we didn't overpay for Xavier McKinney at all. So I think we got room on the table to overpay a little bit. As long as the guy's not, 33, 34 years old, I think we can take a stab at it. But we need a huge acquisition.
Yeah, thank you for the call, Dan. The big thing there is, right, T. Higgins is a name that everyone's going to be looking at if they need a wide receiver. Let's just be honest. It's not like T. Higgins is Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase or Amon-Ra St. Brown. But I think based off his success when healthy, he's proven to be a guy, right? He would be a step up from anybody that is in the current wide receiver room for the Green Bay Packers, bar none.
Yeah.
But is that the move that everyone's going to say, hey, if Goody gets T. Higgins and then fills the roster out with just, some lower contract guys and then just drafts all of his draft picks, is everyone going to walk away from this offseason and say, you know what? I feel the sense of urgency. And that's kind of the point I want to keep driving home here is he may not even do that, right? Like I just want to reset expectations because we all get excited about Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney. I'm not saying he won't go make a splash, but history would tell you the last time they actually made a splash in free agency wasn't even as big as last year, and they only had 2 guys last year. It was Preston Smith, Zadarius Smith, Billy Turner, and
Adrian.
I was going to say Xavier Amos because that's the Wisconsin basketball player.
Paul, yeah.
Adrian Amos, and Adrian Amos was a solid safety.
He was.
Zadarius Smith was good until he kind of got ripped from being a captain on the defense. And Preston Smith was a very solid defensive end. But they weren't Xavier McKinney and Josh Jacobs, but that was a big time move for the Packers to retool for Matt LaFleur in 19. Again, my question is something I can't answer. I could guess. My guess would be he underwhelms. Based off history.
Well, and here's the thing, too.
In terms of what people and fans want him to accomplish.
What Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney did this year, that is like legitimately best case scenario. We need to really temper our expectations for even like, let's say they go and sign T. Higgins, right? Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney were top 3 in their position. We can't expect T. Higgins to be a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL. So even if he goes and makes a splash, most times, big offseason acquisitions, they don't play to their contract. So what Josh Jacobs and McKinney did, man, a double applaud to Goody because oftentimes it does not work out so well. One of the reasons why the Packers usually are so conservative in free agency.
And real quick, just to piggyback off of that, the call was great from our great fan McGuanago. But when he brings up Max Crosby's not a free agent. That means Goody's going to have to do what? Use capital to go get that guy, right? And that's not been the case. When's the last time they traded picks to get somebody? They traded Rodgers, and they got a bunch of picks. But when have they traded their picks to help themselves go get a guy? And so when I hear Max Crosby, I'm like, in theory, hell yeah. In my practical, watch the organization, see how they do the off seasons, have these conversations. I'm like, pipe dream.
Yeah, and T. Higgins is definitely a pipe dream. T. Higgins is the number 1, not wide receiver just out there. He's going to be the number 1 overall free agent out there. The Green Bay Packers ain't getting the number 1.
Do they ever get the number 1 free agent out there?
Talking, if the Packers were about that life, they would have Saquon Barkley this year, right? But they're not about that life. They're not going to get the number 1 guy. They surprised us last year. I believe they'll get somebody. They'll be creative. They'll grab somebody that maybe we won't know because I think it's imperative that this team does make improvements, and I think it has to come through free agency, the stage that you are in. But overall, don't get your hopes up. T. Higgins is a pipe dream.
Man. It's just, as I read this text, we need a wideout and a DN good enough that they force the opposition to scheme against them. I think that's a really good point by Bill in the 262. Is T. Higgins a guy that you get and it changes the whole dynamic of your offense and the scheme?
Well, I like T. Higgins a lot. But his entire career, he's had Jamar Chase on the other side of him, right? So that, who are you trying to defend when you play the Bengals? You're trying to defend Jamar Chase. T. Higgins, it allows him to potentially be more productive. Now, a lot of the targets go to Jamar Chase, but what's it going to be like when T. Higgins has the number 1 cornerback on you? And when teams, look at you and say, okay, we're going to go ahead and take away T. Higgins. Is he going to be able to be productive enough to
live up to the money that he's going to get as the top wide receiver free agent?
The Packers need to do something, and I wouldn't fault them for doing it. I hope they are aggressive, but these are the sort of complicated layers where it's well, let's just, we can't blindly go and just sign anybody.
Yeah, no. I disagree with the fact that you think T. Higgins can't can't ball like that. But at the end of the day,
well, he just hasn't had to.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I still think he can be a number 1 guy. But at the end of the day,
again, thinking that and then having the contract match that is two different things.
It's still to be seen. The Green Bay Packers, again, I'm just letting everybody know it ain't gonna happen. It's not this is a great conversation to have. There's a lot of guys and a lot of people are going to be going through free agency to try to find who's available. This ain't the year it's going to happen, man, because it never happened. So don't expect the Packers to go and get Max Crosby unless they somehow can only send a 2nd-round pick and get a fifth round back or something like that. For sure, don't expect him to move away from a first round pick, and you definitely shouldn't expect T. Higgins to be a Green Bay Packer next year.
Would you have any level of satisfaction if I'm just looking at the top 10 wide receivers next year? So I'm just going to quickly read the top 5. T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, Marquise Brown, Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen. I'll throw in DeAndre Hopkins. So half of those guys are old. Would any
they
of
don't
those,
fit the Goody prototype.
Would any of those guys move the needle for you outside of T. Higgins?
Hollywood.
And he's only 28.
Yeah, that'd be the only other one I'd take a swing at.
I really haven't seen Hollywood Brown have. I guess he got hurt this year.
He did
because this is his third team he's on now with the Chiefs. So he's bounced around. Honestly, it's not going to happen. But I mean, a Chris Godwin, before he got hurt, this year,
he was awesome, but he's coming off an injury. So buy low, maybe if his price is a little low, coming off of a destroyed leg.
It'd be a classic Packers deal.
Keenan Allen, he's just too old. Like I know he didn't really work out down in Chicago, but like he's a veteran presence. Like no, none of these guys really moved the needle for me whatsoever, and we should be hoping that Goody maybe takes a swing early in the draft, because what history has shown us, right, is most of these first-round draft pick wide receivers, these guys nowadays are legit. And so maybe this is the time where he decides to take not a flyer, but get a guy that is a legitimate first-round draft
Spoiler alert. He's not drafting a receiver in the first round.
I understand.
Speaking of legit,
one of these times he has to, right?
No,
he has to at some point.
He doesn't.
No, honestly,
he literally, Brett, he doesn't.
He doesn't. But at some point,
no.
So glad.
He doesn't.
This may, you know what? This may be the year. Is because he is attached to Jordan Love.
No. I've done this too many years to say this is the year.
His boy Jordan Love got played a fool because he had nobody to throw to. First, he had to deal with Jordan Love having receivers his first year as a starter who didn't know how to run routes.
He signed Rodgers. He re-signed him and then gave him Jordan Love.
Rodgers wasn't his man. Jordan Love,
but he made him his man when he re-signed him.
Listen.
That's my whole point. I know he drafted him.
Reluctantly, he made him his man. Aaron Rodgers was too good.
You can't say reluctantly,
I'm
but
telling y'all this right now. I can't promise, obviously, because I have no idea. But he wants to put a team around Jordan Love to win, because everybody has something called the ego. And in order for his ego to be fulfilled, he knows that Jordan Love needs weapons. He saw what happened this last year. They put their hope in Christian Watson. He played 15, 16 games. Thank you, Christian. Good job. But what happened? He still got hurt, and he's not coming back. Maybe September. Like maybe that would be 7 months.
No shot.
Exactly. It would be 6 months.
It's 9 to 10 months.
And so
I think for like as injury prone as he is,
yeah, you're right.
I think you're gonna want to make sure. Like he had the other knee that was injured. This was a different knee. Like
this was a different knee.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Man. And so you have that. You have Romeo Doubs, who had 2 concussions so far this year as well. You had a Jaden Reed, who this year, let's just say what it is, he was inconsistent.
Jekyll and Hyde.
There are no surefire number 1 wide receivers who will emerge on this roster next year, and he knows that. And the only way to try to find that is a first-round guy.
I think everyone's right so far, as we are in the early stages of prognosticating and hoping the things that we want to have happen in order for this team to take that next step that Goody talked about at the start of this segment. Now, if you are able, please help the affected by the California wildfires in 2025. You can donate at redcross.org/ESPN. That is redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and to help people recover. That's redcross.org/ESPN. Help if you can. All right, speaking of legit number 1s, that's Alex Strofe becoming relevant next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
You should be happy Pac-Man Jones had this on his headphones, or he definitely would have pulled it up on you.
I think Pac-Man's lucky I didn't have this on my headphones.
Oh, you right.
I would have been. I'm really feeling swaggy and confident.
You say, yeah, you're in my space. What you gonna do?
Because even just hearing the song, like, for those who on the YouTube, they can see I'm bobbing my head right now. Like, this is like, okay.
Go ahead, say ski.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Romeo. This 3-syllable, you have to take the O out of the equation. That's too easy.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Iota, right? Not one iota. Iota.
Yeah, that's only 4 letters.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
Let's pretend you're a first-time listener to Wilde and Tausch. What the hell is this? They're discussing syllables.
On 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks.
straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of Right Choice Tax and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. The IRS has you in their crosshairs. We are local and know how to deal with the IRS or state and solve your situation. Just the other week, we successfully removed the target on Tim. He had been audited and was told he owed the IRS. We fought the notice and got him a refund instead. We were also successful with Nate to get $94,000 of penalties removed. This is why I started Right Choice Tax Resolution, to help people fight the IRS and state. You don't know the ins and outs of taxes or the more than 20 penalties they can impose on you. Make the right choice and call us at 844-222-1192. We want to help so your bank account doesn't get wiped out, your paycheck or Social Security garnished, or a lien put on your house. Get rid of that stress and get back to enjoying life. Call us at 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us right now to book a meeting.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, protection and income are the keys to success. Simply put, if you're nearing or in retirement, you can't afford a stock market crash. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game film was a key to success. Now I'm a best-selling author and star in a new groundbreaking documentary film called The Retirement Deception. It unveils how the Wall Street machine has been deceiving us for decades and proves you don't need to risk your nest egg in the market to have the retirement you deserve. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. I want you to watch this film for free. Call today for your free copy of The Retirement Deception. I think you would agree 30 to 40 years of saving for retirement is at least worth a phone call to watch this film and see how you can improve your retirement. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free copy of The Retirement Deception. Call 855-620-1801. That's 855-620-1801. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. And it is playoff time, now or never. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. You can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Prize Picks, the best way to win real money this football season. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money. Download the app today. Use code WI. You get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, download the app today and use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, I could say you were with me, but you were with another man, yeah.
Ben Brust and Brad Nortman living large. Kyle Wallace and Alex Strove skating by. This is the way that we do the show. Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. UKBN Nation 800-990-3776. And you guys can all get your GM hats on because when the GM speaks, it's time to start trying to figure out how to make this team great. You gonna make us great here on the show?
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant, it's time to become relevant. Stroph's time to shine on KBN starts now.
All right, a couple things for you fellas today. First, I just got to say I'm so glad I live here, right? Like this state, this city, Milwaukee and Madison and Beaver Dam. Made me so proud yesterday the way we rallied and came together. And I'm sure you guys saw the amazing images of Bob Uecker's statue. The way there was 1 million beers dedicated to Bob, jerseys, flowers. I heard last night there was a big party going on. Everybody had a beer in hand celebrating the great life that was Bob Uecker. And I know we talked about it a bunch yesterday, but I'm just proud to call this place home, man. Like, just to see what that turned into last night was really neat. I know you guys saw some of the images circling the internet and whatnot. Like, what'd you guys make of that? Pretty awesome.
I mean, shout out to everyone on our sister station at 620 WTMJ. Dom Catronio did an awesome interview with Bob Costas, who really detailed some unique stories of Bob Uecker. Our content on ESPN Wisconsin, some days are bigger than sending the phone number out and saying, hey, what's your opinion on this sports team? Yesterday, we all got to tell stories and appreciate someone who, as Brad eloquently put, wasn't a chapter. He was a story. He's in the entire book of our lives since we were born. So I think it was a great day to honor somebody, and it won't be the last that we honor Mr. Uke, as I already love like the random ideas floating around. Yeah. I know we posted something on ESPN Milwaukee. It's like, hey, every seat needs to be filled.
And it will be.
And the reason why I say that is opening day home openers are a party, right? You get some people that go so crazy that they don't make it in the game, right? They probably sell it out, but I genuinely mean I want everyone in their seat so they can celebrate whatever they do for you.
Yeah, Wisconsin takes care of their own, man. It's just the only way I can put it. Like, I know that, being born here in Wisconsin, I went on to have a playing career. I didn't play for the Packers. I played for the Badgers. I didn't play for the Packers, but I've always felt nothing but supported and loved by the people of Wisconsin. So this is just another representation of that, of how someone from here that represents you, you feel like you honor them. And when something like this happens, and people show out, and it's beautiful to see.
Yeah, and something that I love is, in a time where sometimes things can be divisive, Bob Uecker was something that everybody could agree on, right? And that's the thing that means so much to us, right? Is to have somebody that made such a powerful impact in our lives, be able to have everybody sitting there sad, but also celebrating the legacy and thankful to have Bob Uecker around in our lives.
Well said, fellas. Just glad we called this place home. It's pretty awesome. Anyway, all right, this weekend, divisional round football. Obviously, I'm excited because we only have 7 NFL games left.
Oh, I don't like that.
Isn't that a crazy stat?
I don't like that one bit.
But, I'm not that excited for this weekend. I don't think many, other than the Ravens-Bills game, I don't think any of these games are going to be that good.
Really?
I think there are very clear favorites for obvious reasons, right? Chiefs over Texans seems like a layup. Lions over Commanders seems like a layup. Both those Saturday games.
It's the biggest point spread of the weekend.
Points, Benny. But, I mean, I still think the Lions went big.
It's funny you mentioned points, because I'm actually going to do a little, I'm mad at Alex Strofe on the air right now.
What'd I do?
You were hilarious at being a guest host of the Weekly Wager from 6 to 7 at Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
I like to think I'm a funny guy. Thanks.
That you said some outlandish things that could have been used right now. Like saying, hey guys, what do you think of my prediction here on the best bet and all the reasonings behind it? Because Alex Strofe said, here's what I like as my best bet. The Bills and the Ravens, so excited for this game. 51.5 is the over-under. I'll take the over. Points.
That was the end of my commentary.
That was his best bet and the reasoning why.
So insightful.
Thank you,
so
Brad.
insightful.
Points. That's all I need to know. They're going to score a lot of points.
Thank you, Kyle.
That's all dumb brain Kyle needs to know.
That's all you need. Lamar and Josh
sheep.
Allen going to put
you got
up
all
a lot
the
of
sheep
points,
following you.
Rams Eagles might be a little bit better than I anticipate. The Rams, they played really well against the Vikings last week.
I'm excited to see Jaden Daniels, at least in a non-wild card game, see if he can spice it up. I don't know. They're a wagon. I know. I'm doing the same thing. I'm manufacturing drama for myself for this weekend.
So
when you said 7 football games, they matter because I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah, me too, bro. Isn't it crazy how fast the NFL season goes?
It flies by.
Every year. I mean, it feels like we were just talking about Brazil not too long ago.
It really does. Well, that even. It feels like we were. It feels like we were at Lambeau at the Tundra Trio first day of opening day.
Yeah, Jordan Love. Yeah.
That really doesn't feel like that long ago. It flies by.
Oh, we were there, weren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the one.
You went to the shareholders meeting.
Yeah, I did. That's when Ben got his jersey signed by Matt LaFleur.
No, that was many years ago.
Oh, no, that's when you apologized to Matt LaFleur.
And he accepted. And we've been best friends texting ever since.
Omaha beef jersey.
Yeah. You really appreciate it.
That really went over well. Do you guys, I asked you this earlier in the week, and I think it was just too soon after the Packers loss. Are you guys like latching onto a wagon at all? Are you jumping on a bandwagon for any team?
Yeah, I'm jumping on the Ravens.
Okay.
I want Lamar to have his time.
I think I'm with you, Kyle. I think I'm on the Ravens.
I think this is it.
I think I want the winner of that game to win. I like Buffalo. I like Baltimore a lot. It's the best game of the weekend. I think those are the two most likable teams remaining. Two most overdue teams for sure.
You're on the Chiefs, aren't you?
Hell no.
Okay, so we're all anti-history. I like that.
No. Here's the thing. I'm not actively rooting for the Chiefs, but if they win, I love that we will be witnessing history, if that makes sense. I think Lions-Chiefs would be amazing. Three-peat versus team that had bags over their heads for 0-16 not that long ago. Lack of playoff success. Dan Campbell's story. I think the dichotomy of great versus pile of dog poop for so long.
Great word choice.
Is dichotomy or pile of dog poop?
Dichotomy. I should have said it. Good job right when you said it, because then you said pile of dog poop.
Yeah, but it's still right. The three-peat versus the pile of dog poop for the history of their franchise.
If it's the Lions versus the Chiefs, it's going to be like 98% of America rooting for the Lions and like a tiny little blip. I know. It's like good versus evil.
I'd root for the Chiefs if that was the Super Bowl.
Yeah, really? I don't really want to see.
I don't want to see a division rival in the Super Bowl.
Happy? Yeah, no.
I think doesn't that validate a little bit of the Packers' struggles, though?
No, we lost. What do you mean? Only thing that validates anything is me winning a championship.
I prefer parity to history. I'm sick of the Chiefs. I want parity. I want new, fresh blood. Like I want Buffalo. I want
Baltimore.
Baltimore won a Super Bowl 10 years. Like I guess.
But you don't want the. But you don't. I'm all about parity. But I don't want the Lions.
If they played
this is the insight on the weekly wager with Stroh.
If they played in the NFC East, I'd be rooting for the Lions.
I want parity.
That's true.
So
I don't want the Lions.
It's a divisional.
Well, I'm not.
Give me the Commanders.
No,
baby.
I don't want
Come
the Commanders
on,
either because I don't want a rookie quarterback to win. Then my quarterback looks terrible. I have a lot of little things that I want.
Oh, very personal stripes.
Very, very, very.
Duh. I'm the one that live with.
I think
I'm talking to Kyle
What
Wallace.
we've determined is none of us know what we want. Good stuff, guys.
Enjoy the weekend and just give us entertaining games. How about that?
Yep, I'm good with that.
Entertaining games. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. You can get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And in 2 minutes, Goody says more stuff, this time more controversial. Now I think I get fired up about what he's saying.
Looking for a totally rad flavor adventure, brochachos? Look no further than Surfer Boy Pizza as seen in Stranger Things. Each mouth-watering variety contains rich tomato sauce, delicious mozzarella cheese, and a gnarly range of toppings. The crust is crispy on the outside and airy on the inside. You'll think it was hand-tossed by the Surfer Boy Pizza dudes themselves. Look for it in the freezer aisle at your local store and buckle up your taste buds with Surfer Boy Pizza.
At UW Credit Union, our home loans have everything you need for your next big step, including up to $750 off closing costs for all home buyers. And first-time buyers can save even more. So if you're ready to trade roomies for more room, or your townhome for an out-of-town home, UW Credit Union will be with you from start to furnished. UW Credit Union. Apply online today. Equal housing lender. Credit may be limited as required by program. Visit uwcu.org for details.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance, like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Northman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Northman.
All right, let's go into the 2 o'clock hour of Kyle Brust and Northman.
2 o'clock hour, huh?
I thought you were doing that on purpose.
What? I'm no longer complimenting Ben Brust on word choice. I just said dichotomy, great word choice. Let me start with that.
And then he goes to dog poop and 2 o'clock hour.
Yeah, I thought that was on purpose.
He was roasting, so if KBN Nation hasn't noticed, I changed our 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock.
It stinks.
It's interesting.
It stinks to the high heavens.
Yeah, we should have a vote. We should let KBN Nation
I
vote on this.
purposely didn't give any of you a say.
Can you read?
Well, that's okay.
Here's the thing. When we launched the show, we each picked our own starting hour.
He didn't know that. He wasn't there.
Ben
No, I
started
knew
the
that.
show.
I knew
I
that.
was the 3 o'clock hour, and Kyle, of course, chose.
I kept one of them.
Yeah, and one with actual taste and flavor. And
Unilaterally, Strofe went and changed it.
My issue previously, not to get too inside, was
get inside.
The 2
producer.
p.m. one was way too low energy.
All right,
how
so
you like me now?
That's a shot.
No, that's 3 p.m.
Oh, 2 p.m. is you.
Yeah, that was Ben.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I like the song.
The little idiot. Like all the back, you know.
All right. So one thing that we do in our business is communicate with each other, and apparently we don't communicate well because no one was like, "Hey, can we get a different song that's more upbeat?" Instead, we get just whatever the suits decide upstairs, and we just have to come in here and do what they say.
Was this Suits created?
No, it was Alex created, but it was Suits encouraged by a particular suit that resides in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's big time. That's big suit.
He hated y'all selections.
Yeah.
That's big suit.
That's a weekend phone call to that person. I can tell you that much.
He was here a couple weeks ago, and he's standing back here. He goes, "What the bleep is that?" I go, "What?" He goes, "Aren't you guys doing an energetic radio show in a few minutes?" I was like, "Yeah."
Okay, replay this hour.
Wow.
Start this hour. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
Broadcasting live
any
from the
more
Gruber Law
contrived.
Office's One Call
Okay,
That's
we're gonna
All
have this
studio with
conversation.
the.
Strofe, when Strofe told me he was changing them, and I went by, he said, "Yeah, I'm changing them up. The voice don't know." I said, "Oh, what are you changing?" "Yours is staying. Yours is good. I like yours. But the other
I
two,
do like yours.
I'm changing those up." I said, "Cool, Strofe, do whatever you want, man. I don't care." And then instantly on Monday when I heard it, I said to myself, I said,
Let's go.
What is that?
Broadcasting live from the Gruber.
I probably should have not said I don't care, because as soon as I heard it, I said, "Damn, I care." I care. And I was like, I told him I don't care, but now I can't say anything because I said, "Do what you want,
All
man."
right, Kyle, next week's a new week. Should we try again? Should I try again?
Well, you know me, I like vibes, man. And I guess I got so used to the vibe that we had. If you're gonna change it up, when I hear it, I want to be like, "Oh."
Right away.
Well, all right, let's go. It's time to party, baby.
The current
it does
choices
say "Let's go." You just said "Let's go."
That's about the only thing that gets you hyped up. Once the music comes on, I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's showtime."
The current selections are a little bit like video game background music to me. Are they even?
That's not what we're looking for.
No, not at all.
Are they even Are they a?
Let's go. Let's play Madden.
Is it a song or is it just nondescript instrumental?
It's a song.
It is a song. I don't know that song.
2 p.m. is Moved by Saint Motel. 3 p.m. is something by somebody.
Okay.
Two-Door Cinema Club. That's the name of the band.
So these are just bands you like.
Yeah.
This is
it's Strove's fix. You're telling me that
believes is good. This has nothing to do with actually is good.
Are you kidding me right now? The man who does the digital show on YouTube, produces the show, chooses the intro music for us to host based off his likes.
Well, that's the music I play throughout the rest of the show.
Well, and it's crazy because Strofe is the concert guy, right? He's always says, "Oh, I'm going down to XYZ."
Ooh, counted it up the other day, Brad. 2024, 39 concerts.
39 concerts.
Dog,
and I'll say, most of the concerts, he says, I never heard of them. It's like 5th Street Avenue like studs.
Yeah, that was the elephant one, right? Or lobotomy. What was the
that was hippocampus.
Lobotomy one.
And then Cage the elephant. Everybody should know Cage the elephant.
So that's the thing. We're having the guy who goes to the most niche concerts ever pick music that we're trying to reach a wide demographic, yet he narrowed the demographic to Strophe.
Yeah, to Stroph's alternative, like, obscure bands.
What y'all should have realized is that he was plotting this for a while. He said as soon as 2025 comes, it's Stroph's time.
Yo, I'm
he said it to himself.
He has now implied that and showed that through his actions of the show.
Yeah, it's like KBN about to experience the next level, like crack the knuckles and dive in.
So yeah, I hate both intros.
Back to the drawing board and and collaboration with the host.
No collaboration, but we could try again next week.
Yeah,
next week's a new week.
I don't want to be trying for 52 weeks now.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that could be a fun thing we do.
Are you thinking something with a little bit more
bracket style?
Well, okay,
that's a lot of.
What type of music would you guys like? Because
good.
If you listen to the 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and 4 p.m. hours, the previous rendition, we went from EDM to alternative to rap.
Yeah, that's
called range.
Let's have some continuity.
No,
range.
No, you got different flavor of people who are listening, so you want everybody to have a little taste of something they like, right? Like, that's what I like. Like, if you're going to play, like, some guitar, I don't want I want some like something that's going to get me hyped up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in the locker room, right? We get ready for
Yo, Kyle just wanted the
I don't know that guitar.
Y'all was in great locker rooms. Were y'all listening to Jack Johnson or were you listening to Metallica? You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
No,
when we lift in the morning at 6 a.m., we weren't listening to rock bands. We're listening to AC/DC, and Metallica. And like,
wait. You said you weren't listening to rock bands. We were listening to AC/DC.
I meant like alternative, like just like Dave Matthews Band.
I get what my boy was trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We weren't listening to rock bands. We were listening to
rock bands.
The most commercially known rock band in the history of rock bands.
I was seeing we go out there and go say like rap. I was like, oh, not rock. Rap. Oh no. AC/DC, a rock band.
And trust me, the white guys did not get Country Music Tuesday at the weight room passed.
Oh, y'all got country music in the weight room?
No, it did not get passed by the vote of the locker room.
Yeah, the only time that we had like music choice at anything like country, like summer hits of the 90s, was a Pandora station. It's like when the Specialists were just lifting. Talk about niche. Talk about niche. When someone came in, that dial was turned.
Oh, that's funny.
Summer hits of the 90s. Great
Hey,
station.
yo, Specialists, get out of here. We're about to actually lift some weights now.
Yeah, exactly.
For the real weight.
We're gonna actually move some real weight.
So Stroke,
we're not just gonna do plyometrics in here and stretch.
Guys. Turn it back, please.
So Stroke, basically what we're saying is when we come on, we want to have big boy music. We want to have that turn up music.
Not Strofe concert going music.
So this is interesting, right? Because Strofe asked for like genre, right? We're not giving him genre. We're giving him like adjectives. We want vibes. We want tone setting. We want energetic.
Joe chimes in.
I feel like we got energy.
Joe yelling at you. Yes. The suburban kids listening to this show need to hear more bands to make them dance.
How about that? Now, that's
what I'm talking about.
You got to do it for the suburban kids.
All those bands making her dance.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I've seen footage of the Beatles. Yeah, they sure make those girls dance.
You see the musical Grease? Those songs.
Oh yeah,
make some dance.
Yeah, it was a real knee twister.
So when you think about a song, imagine you're a major league pitcher, like you're a closer. You're a closer, and you're getting ready to run on the field like Trevor Hoffman, right? Just imagine you're running on the field because that is the feeling we get when we hear the music. We are getting ready to run onto these mics
like you could
talk to KBN.
What's the song that's kind of going viral a little bit? Like I think Contreras or Adamas play it.
The Timmy the Trumpet or whatever.
Yeah, like vibes, man, vibes. Vibes.
And there's a whole universe of songs to pick, and you are good with music.
This doesn't give you vibes?
No, it doesn't. I don't get jazzed up for this one. It's just music in the background.
It literally is.
This is music in the background of like MLB baseball.
Brad, you're perfect with that. That's exactly what it is.
Or 2006.
Select your player.
Exactly. Just going through like the loading screen of Dynasty mode. That's what it feels like.
Would you like to sim the season?
Yeah, exactly. We got a long way to go, boys.
All right, well, back to the drawing board for 2025. We just spent 10 minutes yelling at Stroh for the lack of energy.
Hey,
It was
that's
needed.
Good. That's good. It's
It was healthy.
It's healthy bullying. Yeah.
No one's bullying.
I will
just
say, no one told me we were changing the music.
Yeah,
so
I didn't plan on it.
The first day it happened, I thought it was a mistake. I was like, oh, Stroh's messing up.
When I heard the voice talking, I'm like, what is that? I thought
I ain't ready for the show. This ain't what?
What is this?
This is Stroh hit the wrong button. This is a different show.
I applaud you.
You guys waited until Friday to say anything, so I just figured we were good.
Nah.
No, we to be fair to us, we gave it 4 days to realize that it still sucked from day 1 through 5.
We did. We tried. We were being open, right? Because we know how you Gen Zs get by if we say it too early. They didn't even give it a chance.
He didn't let my feelings be felt.
Yeah, we let your feelings be felt, and they sucked.
All right, so we're going back to crappy EDM.
Sure.
It's up to you.
I don't get the energy argument when I don't know the name of the song that used to be.
How
Benny.
You Like Me Now? You never heard that song?
That one's good. That one's good. I like that.
That's
song.
fine. I'm open to changing the other one, dude.
I think Ben was trying to harness old Scalzo and Brust.
I had a lack of identity.
Yeah.
Now we have an identity as a show, and I can figure out what I think would flow for all of us.
Yeah,
now
because the Scalzo and Brust, that was a smooth, lyrical, rap. It was so good. I think we were trying to work that rhythm a little bit.
And now we worked it out. We got our own show, and it's time for you to tell us about our great talk and text line sponsor.
That's right, because Carbless, we were talking about these NFL playoff games coming up here. Boy, oh boy, there's so much on tap for the weekend. And the only thing that means in my hand is sitting right next to me on the Nortman couch is going to be a Carbless. A Carbless has everything I'm looking for when it comes to a ready-to-drink cocktail. It is so unbelievably good. The Nortman fridge is full of it. Everything I'm looking for when it comes to something that feels guilt-free. Gluten-free, carb-free, sugar-free, only 100 calories per can, and less carbonation. Just enough carbonation to create a little bit of kick, a little bit of zest when you sip it back, but not so much that leaves you bloated. Not only that, but there is certainly a flavor for everyone. Lexi and I were in northern Wisconsin recently, drove past the bar that I had my first Carbless in. It was margarita. That first taste, boy, oh boy, I was hooked. It was love at first sight, love at first taste when it comes to Carbless. But there's margarita, there's Moscow Mule, Mojito, black raspberry, that's a good first one if you haven't tried it before, and lemon, lime. There's so many different flavors and more flavors on the horizon for 2025. So if you love a ready-to-drink cocktail and you love the flavors I'm talking about and you love feeling good as you do it, you're going to love Carbless. Less is more with Carbless.
We will continue to bully Strofe about his music selections, plus get to Goody talking about the fool's gold that is fooling him, at least. It's not gold, it's fool's bronze, and it's the defensive line.
Energy, baby, yeah. Woohoo.
All right, and now the Gen Z lash out has begun.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
I put my card in, I pump. When it clicks, I pull it out, I put it away, and I move on to my own.
That's what she said. Thanks so much, Old T.
She pumps and moves on with her life.
Take it out, put it in, moves on.
That's what she said.
Come on, Kyle, keep up. That's Packers Hall of Famer. That was one of my better ones, and he's confused.
Well,
he's still fixated on Lola Bunny.
No, I don't think she says that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound 43 at Locust, we've got a problem. There's a crash. The right lane is blocked with this, so watch out for the delays heading through there. Should be just about ready to be cleared up if it hasn't already, because I'm already starting to see some of the delays ease up a little bit. Also going to be a little slow right through the Marquette. Southbound 41, heavy from Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive. Westbound 94, you're looking at delays from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy skies, isolated drizzles or flurry. A low of 19. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy, dropping temperatures with a high of 24. And then in the afternoon, that's where the bottom drops out. Weather's brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting another Scramble tournament with $750 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a two-man scramble at Pebble Beach, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through January 31st. Your winter chance to play Pebble Beach awaits. wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com.
Look what I found.
What is it?
It's a list of the traditional and modern anniversary gifts for each year of marriage.
Sarah and I use a different list. But go ahead and tell us about yours.
The traditional gift for your first anniversary is paper, but the modern gift is a clock.
Well, our list says the first anniversary is always diamond jewelry.
What's your list called?
The People's Choice.
The traditional gift for your 6th anniversary is iron, but the modern gift is wood.
What a coincidence. For the 6th anniversary, our list says diamonds again. What do you have for the 10th anniversary, Rick?
Traditional is aluminum, modern is diamond jewelry.
Well, there you go. Our lists agree. What have you got for the 7th anniversary?
Copper and a desk set.
Nope. Diamonds again.
I'm beginning to see the wisdom of the People's Choice list.
It's good to have you on board.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Did you make up that People's Choice list, or is it real?
Well, we're people, aren't we?
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Ready for a win? Well, it's your year. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you could win over $2,000 in free play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
Looking for the most popular answer. What's the worst thing about Wisconsin winters? Gina Della from Pella.
Finding a sitter when snow closes school. Yay! It's the time of the year when we just want to be all warm and snuggly at home. And Pella helps make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. With inviting doors to let friends and family in and beautiful energy-efficient windows to keep the cold out. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
One of my favorite songs of all time. Now, here's where I think we're doing it wrong. We don't need to necessarily we could start with the piano, play the imaging, and go later in the song for the main drop.
Yeah, because I feel like that's very feel-good. Very feel-good to start. But I need like a little up.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Norman hanging with you. KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. Oh, we have a great Friday now. The sun's still shining in the deep blue sky. And I know there's nothing to me. Oh, let the rain fall down. Let the wind blow through me.
Go ahead and sing, boy.
So, I knew this song before the show. But then I got to know Ben Brust and his love for this song. Now all
I've got something left to lose, and it feels just like I'm walking on broken glass.
I probably heard it before this, but not as much as I've heard it in the last 18 months.
It's a great day to be alive on Kyle Bruston Norton.
I heard it at the grocery store, and I'm like, Benjamin Brust.
Yeah, it is Ben Brust song now. Happening at your wedding, I'm assuming, bro.
You bet your bottom dollar ain't no band getting hired if they can't string along some Annie Lennox.
Have you hired your band yet?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Oh,
That means you haven't hired them.
Oh, no, it means I'm on it.
So they're hired.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So who is it?
Can't tell.
Why not?
Can't tell.
Why?
Because I said so. All right, Jeremy, you've been holding through all of this.
Oh, hey, Jeremy, you didn't really realize you were on the line.
800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and text line. What did you think of the last 30 minutes?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I actually have a couple quick takes. Music, Gutekunst, and new wagon to hitch to. So I'll blast through those super quick. Music, I think you can't go wrong with some 80s hair metal like Bon Jovi or Def Leppard or something like that. Or if you want to pivot genres, I think like Apple Bottom Jeans or 369 have some good energy there.
Get low. To the window. To the wall.
To the wall.
To the side. To the side. Stop.
That's where it gets good.
We got all these crawls.
Hey, Jeremy, you want a job?
Bleep.
Can't say that word.
Oh, man. Look what you've done, Jeremy. What's the other take?
Oh, yeah. I heard you guys talking about new wagon pitch, too, for the playoffs. This might be controversial, but I'm with the Chiefs. I would like to see the three-peat. I love a good villain sometimes. I love the Packers, but they're out, so give me the villain. I want to see the three-peat. Never been done before. And I like the Chiefs lately. They've grown on me for the same reason I used to like the Patriots during the Brady era.
Next take. Packers Goody.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, I got the Gutekunst take. You want it?
Yeah, fire.
All right, here goes. If I was Gutekunst, I know he loves the relative athletic score. I think that's a great framework. I would love to see him value size. Get me some big, beefy monsters in the middle. I like Dexter Lawrence in his draft class. I like Devondre Sweat. I love Jordan Davis. Get me some of those first guy off the bus guys that eat up the double teams, the space eaters. I think you'll see some more one-on-ones in the pass rush and some more run stuffing.
Jeremy,
big, huge
you have an awesome Friday. I love this energy. Thank you, Jeremy.
What a call.
Deerfield.
Range.
That's what Deerfield, Wisconsin, Illinois.
I'm walking on broken glass.
So I see where you got a line.
If you're trying to cut me down.
It's a great song, but for all the songs that really get you going, it's a fascinating choice.
You're out on Walking on Broken Glass?
I am in on Walking on Broken Glass, but I don't see Ben get this excited about nearly anything until the song comes on.
Yeah, this song and the song that your dad used to disco to. Grandma?
Hot Stuff by Donna Summer.
A new person in Ben arises when those two songs come on.
Oh, don't worry. We're just getting to the best part here because, every song has to have the drop. If you don't have a drop in the song, you don't have a good song because we build up. Every one of us is made to suffer. Every one of us is made to weep. And as we build. This is Annie Lennox, part of the Eurythmics.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Wreckage. Here we go. Get it going, broken from the blast. Lift me up and take me back. Don't let me keep on walking. Don't let me keep on walking. I can't keep on walking on. Keep on walking on broken glass.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Oh, wow. North? Spread Eagle is way north. Way north.
Stop. You're doing the thing where you don't know what you're doing.
No, it is, though.
We don't know where up north is.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 43, backing up from just south of Hampton Avenue all the way down through the Marquette. Earlier accident at Locust has been cleared out of the way. Westbound 94 and eastbound, both slowing down just a bit through the stadium interchange between 27th Street and Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 41, we've got some backups from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. Northbound 41, right about at the ramp from Blue Mound Road. Looks like we've got an incident off on the right shoulder. Might be a little bit of a distraction. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, isolated drizzles or flurries, a low of 19. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy, starting off at 24 with the high, but then as the afternoon rolls on, the temperatures take a nosedive. So watch out for that. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Golden Eagles continue to make their mark on the Big East.
Cam Jones on the wing, outside Joplin.
Oh, yeah.
He'll try another three.
Holla at your boy.
Oh, baby.
On Saturday, number 7 Marquette hosts Xavier. Our game day coverage starts with Brian D. and Marquette College Game Day Saturday at noon. Gabe Neitzel has the Marquette Sports Network pregame show starting at 12:30, followed by tip-off at 1 o'clock with Homer and Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith. 94.5 ESPN is your official home for Marquette basketball. We are Marquette.
Kevin Moret for Mentality. Most new clients in Mentality are stuck at just 1/3 the free testosterone they need, and that's a losing battle. Without enough free testosterone, nothing works. Your energy's gone, muscles weaken, and fat piles on. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Mentality's doctors bring your hormones back into balance so your body starts working again. More energy, stronger muscles, better results. This year, stop settling for a fraction of your potential. Start strong with our New Year offer at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Bring in the new year at your local Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealerships. If it's the new year, it's time for a new ride. So plan on driving into 2025 in style at a Kunis Auto Group dealership near you. Your Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis dealerships feature America's best-selling brands from both Buick and GMC, all at nearby locations in Oak Creek and Greenfield. During January, every remaining new 2024 vehicle plus thousands of select pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs are all being discount priced to sell. We've got to make immediate room for hundreds of incoming new 2025s, as well as hundreds of fresh trade-ins from the holiday season. We're paying top values on all trades, no matter what the mileage or condition. Don't forget to check out individual dealership websites for pre-owned vehicles super specials. Plus, January service specials on everything from oil changes, tires, and brakes. Ring in big New Year savings at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealerships, or shop online at shopkunis.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Touching my toes and I crinkle my nose. Wherever it goes, I always know.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, hang with you, KBN Nation.
Just take your time.
As promised, we've been talking only the Green Bay Packers and previewing their offseason. If you've missed any of our conversation, go back on YouTube at ESP Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, or go to WisconsinOnDemand.com. Now, Goody spoke to the media yesterday, and I can't get over this audio clip. No. No. Brad, you're with me.
You don't know this song?
Well, I know it, but you're singing it. You were sitting back with the Annie Lennox song, but now you're perking up.
This is a beautiful song, though. But we don't need.
Sure is
beautiful.
beautiful.
What the song's
about? Is it love?
Yes.
Wait, what is this song about?
It's about butterflies.
Is this a nasty song?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wow. Let's go to Brian Gutekunst as he talked about the defensive line of the Green Bay Packers. If you haven't heard this, listen in.
I don't have it ready.
Yeah, I'm glad you were working. Your mic was on.
You know what's crazy is this?
We're so focused on the music, we don't even get the audio.
I don't listen to lyrics.
The audio system logged me out. Hold on.
Do you guys listen to lyrics when you listen to songs?
No, I'm more of a beat guy.
You guys ready? I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Here's Brian Gutekunst.
Yeah, I think sometimes that's just the way the NFL season goes. You know, I think again there was some transition to a new scheme, and you know, I think we didn't grow into that consistent front like we had hoped, but there were times where we showed it. So I know it's capable. I think we got the right guys. They're workers in there. I think they're all passionate about the game. They're unselfish team guys. So, you know, I expect us to get better there.
That Brian Gutekunst stood off the defensive line, and I was waiting for that line to see Kyle Wallace's face mid. I think we got the right guys.
His face was shriveled up, and he popped up.
He was like, what?
He started typing chaotically on his laptop.
I don't have my pen in my paper today. I don't have my paper today. Oh, my God.
This is why we wait to reveal these clips to you live and organic.
So for those who don't know, Kyle's usually 24 hours behind the news cycle, so there was no surprise that he didn't get to these Goody clips yesterday.
I think we got the right guys. They're workers.
Goody is delusional. He's delusional where he believes his guys are the right guys. There's no way you watched this football team last year. You watch how
And this was specifically a question about the defensive line for those who are just catching
They fired the defensive line coach.
Jason Reverovich, gone.
No, he's fired. Does coaching have something to do with it? Sure, yes. Coaching can play a role, but you know what you can't coach? Talentless individuals. And to me, it just seems like the Green Bay Packers and Goody just missed on the D-line. How does a guy like Kenny Clark never take that next step? How does Rashawn Gary have many games where he's missing in action? How is it that Lucas Van Ness has been surpassed by Kingsley Enagbare, and then you got guys, Strofe, help me out, Benton. Whatever Benton Cox.
Brenton Cox.
Thank you.
Keanu Benton plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers, former Badger.
Yeah, I love that. Brenton Cox, to me, probably popped more than Lucas Van Ness this year. You can't have the fact that 4th and 5th and undrafted guys are just as productive as first-round guys. And so is that coaching? I'm sure that plays a role, but the talent evaluation, you have to admit, Goody, you missed on a lot of these D linemen.
No, they got all the right guys. He said it.
We got all the guys.
Over to the KBN Sports Desk with Alex Stroh.
Specifically, one of the right guys they have is the aforementioned Lucas Van Ness, who won a total of 0 pass rushes this year. 0.
Stroh.
He won 0.
You were on the show as we figured out that is a fake stat.
Oh, I hope you didn't go on your show saying that.
Oh, Josh did.
The thing is,
when I saw the stats, I said that can't be true.
Kyle's like, it can't be true. And Kyle's right.
How many did he win, though? Probably not very many.
You saw it, right?
So.
Yeah, I don't know how many he won, but yeah, when I heard
he won 2.
So here's the thing.
My bad.
That many.
The funny thing is even though the post was deleted, the fact that you, Josh DiMaggio,
I believed it.
Anyone who saw it believed that he didn't win a single one-on-one battle as a first-round draft pick 2 years ago.
Hey, but Ben, guess what?
They got the right guys.
No, he's passionate. Oh, he has passion.
They're hard workers. They're unselfish.
Yeah. Well, they lack talent. He forgot to say that.
The way Lucas Van Ness is genetically put together,
that don't mean nothing.
He should be a superstar.
Nah, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
There's
That's
countless big, strong, fast guys that can't play the game of football.
I don't know if that saying applies here, Kyle.
No, listen, he's falling hard on his face because he's not doing it.
Have you guys ever heard of the sunk cost fallacy?
I've heard of that before, but you can elaborate.
So the sunk cost fallacy, you learn it in finance, right? Because it's a classic thing that people would do financially. Let me just read the definition of sunk cost fallacy. Let me tell you what it thinks of with Goody and the D-line. The sunk cost fallacy occurs when people continue to endeavor or down a course of action despite it being more beneficial to abandon it. This tendency is made irrational because of the misconception of changing course would invalidate the precious time, money, or effort invested. Shrunken down being said, the more you put into something, the least you want to abandon it, and the more likely you are to stay on that course because you don't want to look back and say, well, that was all wasted. So the human brain convinces itself, no, stay the course, because we put all this into it, so we can't change now, even when it would be better to abandon it. That is what Goody is doing right now. They've put so much into the D-line, contracts, first-round draft picks, that he can't reason with himself. He is irrationally committing to what he knows is not a good product.
Yeah, some of y'all in
This sounds like Strofe and I placing some wagers.
Yeah, it sounds like how I gamble. Yeah.
I'm this far in, I can't abandon now.
Right, I'm going to win big really soon.
That's exactly right.
Keep spinning those slots, baby.
It's
Dave from Aaron, D-line was great. Hell, so was Anders. Bring him back. Stokes was heating up. Just run the whole thing back.
I don't know what words I have for this. It's concerning.
Yeah, just looking at Rashawn Gary himself, he regressed this year. He had 9 sacks last year, 22 QB hurries to 7.5 sacks and 15 QB
Now,
hits.
a lot of it came in bulk last year. And here's the thing. Although towards the end of the season last year, he did start like I don't think he had like a single sack towards the end of last season, like for like 5 games. But the entire thing that I was willing to give a pass on is because he came off the ACL injury. I never expect the first year off an ACL injury for you to be the same guy you were. Usually you need that 1 year to start trusting it, get your strength and speed back. You maybe wear a brace and then you take it off or you keep it on. But regardless, that second year off of an ACL is when you hope to see the results.
You got
and
the
we
confidence.
did not see that.
You did not see that, and the team struggle, right? Like, you can't have your top 3 guys. And let's be honest, when we think of the top 3 defensive linemen that we expect the most production out of, it's Rashawn Gary, it's Kenny Clark, and it's Lucas Van Ness. Lucas Van Ness,
all first round draft picks, and 2 of those 3 have a second contract.
And
3rd even.
You could throw Devontae Wyatt in there, but when you look at just those 3, Clark, Van Ness, and Gary, they had 11.5 combined sacks. That's just not good enough from guys that you're literally paying per altogether. That's like $40 million right there, isn't it, on this by itself? And 3 guys.
Sunken cost fallacy.
11.5 sacks, and then meanwhile, you probably got some dudes who are on their first contract or a rookie. Hell, rookies in the NFL getting almost that.
Lucas Van Ness had the same amount of sacks as Keyshawn Nixon. Can you believe that?
Strove.
Can you believe that?
You're not supposed to laugh.
Keyshawn Nixon had 2 in like the first 3 weeks.
Yeah. They each had 3.
CB1 right there. Put some respect on him.
Crazy.
Oh, my goodness.
Your returner and your slot corner.
We stink.
We do, and I just really hope
No, we do.
I'm hoping that Goody is just talking right now, because when you fire the D-line coach, I feel like that's the first step.
What's Aaron Campman up to?
I just hope this is the first step in retooling the defensive line. I hope they don't think this is a coach issue. I hope they believe this is a talent issue.
I wonder
the way Goody is speaking makes it seem like he thinks it's a coach issue, and the guys that he's in love with because he drafted and signed all of them, he's like, these guys got it. I'm going to bring somebody in to bring it out.
Right? Like, they fired the D-line coach, and nobody has been held accountable from a personnel standpoint.
You played in NFL, right? Coaching is important, right? But do you think by the time you got to your 4th year in the NFL that a coach in the NFL could drastically make you better or worse?
No, you're talking about marginal improvement.
And so we're talking about Rashawn Gary, who hasn't had much improvement.
Brad today.
In multiple, he's had different defensive coordinators, different schemes, and we're still getting lackluster results, right? Kenny Clark, at this point, being a veteran, I know it was a scheme change, but we all said going into the season, this should be better for Kenny. This should be better for Kenny. Kenny didn't take that next step. That can't be coaching based off the defensive line coach. That has to be Kenny Clark and his overall ability.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying the way I read the situation from Goody speaking and saying he's got his guys and the firing of the coach is his belief that it is a coach problem, not a player problem.
Yeah, he believes in this D-line.
No, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
He handpicked each one of them, high amounts of capital, and he's extended.
It's like when Brad does Hear Brad Out on Wednesdays at 3:15. He still thinks every single one that he's done is good, and there's been a bunch of crap. It's a sunken cost. This segment's a sunken cost fallacy.
Hold on. Those are cultivated. Those are thought.
You sound like Goody about the defensive line.
We got everything we need with Hear Brad Out. We do. The ideas are in the room with Hear Brad Out. Not one of them is a failure.
This is disappointing. I really hope.
Are we sending you into Friday with that Kyle? I'm gonna cry energy.
Yeah, no. You took my energy. You asked me. You got it today, Kyle. I said, of course I got
it. Yeah. So to take a little peek behind the curtain, I go, how's your day? How's your week? It's Friday, and you're like, you like Fridays. I got some Goody audio. I want like reaction, Kyle, ready to go.
I said, I got you. And I didn't realize I was going to be told this garbage. I didn't realize he was going to talk about how great the D-line was, how passionate that they were, right? Like, I didn't know that would be what you guys would be presenting me. This is not good. Again, I hope Goody is just speaking and he's not actually believing.
I got another surprise from on the other side. You're going to tell us about Contessa, and we have another clip to play for Kyle, and it is a doozy.
Oh, it's a doozy, all right. When it comes to Quintessa, you guys know me and Lexi at this point. Lexi is, of course, the first lady of the Nortman establishment, the Nortman household estate. We value living healthy. We value feeling good. And we use Quintessa to help us get there. Because hitting the gym, eating better, those are important, but that's not all you have when it comes to feeling your best. And not just this like standard level of, I'm just trying to get by. I'm talking about optimal performance inside and out. It's total wellness when it comes to Quintessa. I go to the Brookfield location. I work with Jess. She is awesome. They have loaded me up on supplements particularly tailored to me to make me feel energized, confident, and ready to take on everything that 2025 has to offer. And it's that and so much more. Because now through March 31st, Quintessa has special New Year packages to help kickstart your year the right way. This isn't the same old, new year, new me. This is a new life that they can give you because when you do the things that they help you, it is a simple, effective, and tailored approach to help you feel confident and revitalized. They have personalized wellness plans, Botox, skincare, hormone therapy, IV therapy, infrared sauna supplements, whatever it is, you name it, they got it. Quintessa is my and your go-to place for feeling refreshed, confident, revitalized, and healthy inside and out in 2025. Visit myquintessa.com and enjoy your new sense of wellness.
Goody thinks he's got the right guys in place for the defensive line. Kyle is now distraught. And now you get to hear what Goody thinks about what he needs to do this offseason and how he's going to approach it. Next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
Wow. Just wow.
Has he sound good? We've been practicing.
I did it all last week. I gotta say I'm pretty proud of my progress.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screamin' is about.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Do we need to start the Andy Reid GOAT conversation as it relates to Belichick? Is that conversation up for grabs here?
I mean, it should have started already. I mean, Andy Reid has won 100-plus games with two different franchises. So it's not as if it's a situation where he just became a good coach when Patrick Mahomes arrived into the NFL. He's been doing it at a high level for a really long time. Where they went to 4 conference championship games with the Philadelphia Eagles, got to a Super Bowl. So even though he hadn't had the high-end success, even though he was the bridesmaid, never a bride, we all knew that Andy Reid, from an X's and O's standpoint, was one of the best in the game. Now, game management used to be his Achilles heel, but not anymore, because we're seeing it with the Kansas City Chiefs. This team is used to being in and winning close football games. So, yeah, I think we're going to start having that conversation about Andy Reid, and the volume on it is going to get ratcheted up louder.
Shop can't miss deals going on now during Pro Savings Days at Lowe's. For a limited time, get a free adjustable stand when you buy a DeWalt 12-inch miter saw. That's a $229 value. Plus, save $680 on a Midea 4-piece kitchen appliance suite. Now just $17.96. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 1/13 through 1/24. Cannot be combined with additional discounts while supplies last. See store or Lowe's.com for more details and qualifying items.
Something amazing is happening in networking.
organizations are scaling with less stress. That's because CDW is designing and implementing intelligent HPE Aruba networking solutions that simplify and secure operations. With automation at the center of your data center, growing pains can be a thing of the past. HPE Aruba Networking and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Aruba.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. Universal Windows Direct is offering an amazing deal right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. That's right. For every 2 windows you buy, you'll get 2 more absolutely free with no limit in 36 months of no interest financing. Plus, if you've already received a quote from another company, bring it to Universal Windows Direct and they'll beat it. Schedule your free in-home estimate today or visit universalwindowsdirect.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right, well, it's been an interesting 3 hours and...
Oh, my goodness.
It's been an interesting 1 hour and 49 minutes here so far on Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
What o'clock is it again?
It's
second hour o'clock?
We're in the third o'clock
Second
hour.
o'clock.
We are not in the 3 o'clock hour.
It's 3 o'clock hour, but I said 3 o'clock.
Where does that come from? You just talking too fast? Has to be. Right?
Mouth can't keep up with
I
the brain.
think for the fact that our show is 2, 3, and 4, like is the top of the hour. It's close to 1, 2, and 3. That maybe I get confused. I don't know.
You a little different.
I think it's just Ben likes to drive a really fast car, right? In terms of our radio show, he likes to keep it very fast paced.
He does.
But sometimes his mind, and by sometimes I mean all the time, his mind does not operate at fast pace.
This is no different than when I was playing with the Wisconsin Badgers. Guess what Bo Ryan's favorite thing to say to me was?
Tell me.
Ben, go the speed limit.
Yes.
That's a great coaching point.
I'm going to steal that from Bo.
That's so good.
You can't. There's only one Bo, and you.
I'm not saying I'm Bo. I'm just.
I know,
his advice.
but just so you know, like when you say it, it will carry zero effect to me because you're not Bo Ryan.
No, it will. I promise you. When you say it, he'll think like, "What?"
Oh, I can get in his head a little bit.
By the way, you also need to learn to go the speed limit sometimes too.
I do. I drive 70 on the highway. That's not even a joke. I drive
I know. You're honestly you're a danger.
Yeah,
to drivers around you.
Danger to the road. Make sure you stay in the far right.
Put on the poll. If you go exactly the speed limit, are you a danger to others on the road? Because that's what Alex Strofe is. Yeah. And I think it's just getting in the way and not going with the flow of traffic, no awareness, just booping around, bopping around, everything's good. I'm Alex Strofe, everybody. Woohoo!
Yeah, oftentimes when they increase speed limits, like legally or whatever, and things go faster, it actually leads to. Actually, don't quote me on this. I don't know for sure.
What are you, Wisconsin Department of Traffic?
It leads to safer transportation. There's less traffic, so. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, KBN.
What was that, Brad? You just entered the mode of just saying stuff to say stuff.
But I started
You're not like that.
I'm like, wait, this is kind of a serious topic, so like, don't take me
over to the KBN Sports Desk with Alex Strofe.
We have a Ben Brust currently on the Wisconsin Badgers roster, as Greg Gard was quoted as saying he needs to go the speed limit about a current player.
He really said that.
See, and
wait, who do you think it is?
Remember, I know who it is.
No, remember how I told you that the assistants don't do anything? Bo did everything. They just said everything that Bo said. Bo told me go the speed limit, so Gard just says what Bo said.
Go to speed limit, Ben.
Who do you think he tells to go to the speed limit on this current team?
Interesting.
He used that?
That's what I'm saying. That was the sports desk. Yes, he did it last week. He said it last week. Who did he say it to?
Klesmit? On offense?
No.
Kamari in the speed.
Kamari McGay. Yeah, you got it, Kyle.
That was my next guess.
How about that? One and the same.
Me and Kamari McGee.
You and the UW Green Bay transfer.
Me and the kid from Racine.
That's crazy.
Me and the kid from Racine, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Cut from the same cloth.
I'm sure. A lot of.
I think he's got a half sleeve. I'm getting a half sleeve.
Nah, he's a little bit tougher than you. Maybe a lot of bit.
Damn, Kyle. Coming in my head again. All right, how about this, Kyle? How about Goody's approach in free agency?
Ooh, what did he have to say about this?
Let's see if your ears perk up for this one.
Do you view this as an offseason where you need to go out and aggressively pursue the market, whether that be free agency, trade?
I think I view every offseason that we have to attack it aggressively. The opportunities that present themselves, whether that be free agency, trade, are different every year. Every year there's not going to be a Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney out there to go get. So we'll see kind of what transpires through the free agency class. Who gets re-signed, who doesn't. If there's salary cap casualties, if there's trade opportunities, all those. But I think we always operate under the kind of aggressive mindset.
Always operating under the aggressive mindset.
Yeah, he must have took that lie serum before he went up there.
I might need to go back to the dictionary to look at what aggressive means, because I think Goody might misunderstand what it means, because I would never consider the Green Bay Packers to be aggressive in free agency. Maybe these words, maybe calculated, maybe rigid.
I have predictable written down.
They were aggressive last year, though.
Yeah, but taken holistically,
then no.
The Green Bay Packers, because he said every offseason I approach aggressively.
Yeah.
So I was like, when I heard that, I was like,
Devin
what
Funchess,
are we
Sammy
talking
Watkins.
about?
No, what are you talking about? That's an aggressive move to get those guys.
That's speculative. That's speculative moves right there. Not aggressive. What do you thought? Do you think the Packers are aggressive every year,
we
Kyle?
were all shocked and surprised when they made the signings last year, and we refer back before the 2024 offseason. It was the 2019 offseason, I believe, where they made the big splashes that Ben alluded to earlier, where they got the Amos, Adrian Amos, they got the Preston Smiths, the Darius Smith, Billy Turner. It had been 4, 5, 6 years since they actually did something like that, right?
All right, then
and so it is not an aggressive move that they typically make. So I don't know what he's talking about. So Goody is just full of it. I don't even know why they even interview him, because he's not giving us any real nuggets. He's just talking. And remember last year, he went to talk. Remember he talked about Aaron Jones? Didn't he open up the window potentially of?
He said he would love to have Aaron Jones back.
Yeah, so he had us all thinking, Aaron's coming back.
I don't think that was a lie necessarily. I think he learned new information and then made the decision to pursue Josh Jacobs.
Did he learn new information, or did he treat him like, we'd love to have him back at a significantly less price?
The thing that's crazy is
I think Kyle's probably closer to right on this one.
The thing is, now I don't know what to expect with the Packers, because if he would have said, last year we were aggressive and we're going to be aggressive this year, I'd say, okay, well, now I know what the plan is. But they've been aggressive last year, not aggressive the years before, and he's saying we're aggressive every year. Now I don't know what aggressive means.
He tries to thread the needle into making it feel like everything he's doing is aggressive. If he keeps all of his picks in his mind, I was aggressive. I just got us a future. If he makes a free agent signing, look at me. I'm helping us win now.
I just hope.
I don't even know how to throw a trade in there right now.
The one thing I don't.
Because he just traded Rodgers and Devontae, and those are the last two I can remember as to, really just getting picks back, not players.
Yeah, I love not having an owner, but the one downside is that when you probably should be aggressive at certain times to ensure a championship, the Packers always go the more conservative route. I think about the Denver Broncos, when they sucked after Peyton Manning left, but guess what they did? They won a title, and that's what we're in this for.
Thanks for
bringing
that up, Kyle.
We're not in this. I'm sorry.
Super Bowl
Brad.
50 runner-up Brad Nortman lost to that Denver Broncos.
The Buccaneers, they got Tom Brady. They built that roster. They won a title. This is about winning championships, not about being competitive. And so that's the thing is when you have a shot, you have to take it.
Yeah, the Packers value continuity. That's what they really value, and being good. And because of that, we have something to root for every year, right? A lot of playoffs being made. And all it takes is that one special year to do it. But when you have
a lot of heartbreaks since 2010.
A lot of heartbreaks. But an owner can really put the screws to a GM, right? They really can. And what are you going to do in that case? You have to follow what the owner wants to do.
Mark Murphy's just laughing around. I'm retiring. I got a big pile of cash in my bank account. Everything's good.
That's right.
We're officially more years away from what the time was between the Packers, last Super Bowl to 2010 than what we were from 2010 to 2024.
96 to 10, and it's 10 to 50,
at least
2025. Yeah.
So, that gap is That's a big gap, fellas. That's a long time without winning.
Will I ever see a Super Bowl again?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Thanks, Benny.
Yeah.
Happy Friday, brother.
I mean,
rock and roll.
The
Dave
Lions
Grohl.
have never won.
A lot of franchises have never won.
Vikings have never won.
Yeah.
Brad's
Bengals
never
have
won.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I've
Brad's never won.
There's a lot.
That's bogus.
Isn't that crazy?
What's bogus? That he
Bringing
came
up
that
the fact he
close?
never won, yeah.
Or that I keep bringing it up?
You started it with
It was an
the
accident.
Broncos.
I was bringing up Peyton Manning. I forgot you were the one on the losing end of that one.
The Damn Sports Show next in Beaver Dam. Jim, Matt, and Molly in Madison. We're with you until 5 o'clock on this, I think, beautiful Friday outside.
46 degrees. Let's go to Bradford.
2 minutes. We'll be back.